Mo Egger, I think last week or whatever on 1530 ESPN radio in Cincinnati. He's been had season tickets for a while. He's like, yeah, we still go to the games, but me and my buddies sit there tailgating and we play a game like, if we can pick how bad we're gonna lose, or pick, how can you lose the game. Last week they're like, well, none of us had hold the team to a 4th and 2 inside the 10 and then jump off sides. So it's like, I mean, and honestly, like that, was that Carson Palmer's fault? Did Carson Palmer jump off sides last week? Is it Carson Palmer's fault when receiver drops the ball or Benson fumbles? I forgot about that. Benson's been fumbling a lot this year. Not well, he doesn't have as many fumbles as Carson Palmer does interceptions, but I mean, not everything's his fault. And the replay, I don't have the NFL Network. I really wish I did, but the replay of the Jets game from Thanksgiving, somebody posted the audio from that somewhere, like it was a transcript of it, and players and all that were mic'd up, and uh, the play where it we punted and it bounced off of, I think, Caldwell's helmet or something, which I don't think that ball ever fucking touched him at all, because I think it would have bounced, or it would have made some type of move. I mean, it came like right past his head and didn't touch him at all. But supposedly Marvin's yelling up in the booth to Brat, and he's like, "Did it touch him?" And Brat's like, "Yeah, their ball." And it's like, you're fucking listening to him on whether or not to challenge a play? I mean, and Brat's so fucking stupid. What did he do up in the booth? I want to know why. Bratkowski's in the. I don't know what every coordinator in the league does, but I want to know why Brat's in the fucking booth. And then dudes like Bruce Arians in Pittsburgh, which I know you guys hate him. I'd gladly trade you any day. That's how much fucking bad Bratkowski is. Anyway, I want to know why Brat's in the booth and Bratkowski's down there. Or I want to know why Bob Bratkowski's in the booth and guys like Bruce Arians are down on the field with the players calling plays. I mean, what the hell's up with that? But probably forgetting some shit. I'll pick it up later. But yeah, it was a nice little rant. I know you guys are gonna be commenting and making fun of me and shit, but everything I'm saying is the truth. It's not Carson Palmer's fault that we're losing. I don't think it's Marvin Lewis's fault. If he's lost control of this team, then I mean, fine. But and I mean, they don't do a lot of stuff filming like what he says in the locker room, and they don't film like everything, all the game planning like they do for Hard Knocks. And oh, maybe they do, but they just don't release it anywhere. But if you're interested, I found on Hulu those. I think they call them. They'll play them on ESPN over the summer, and it'll be like the year, like previous year, and it's video yearbook or highlights or whatever of teams. If you go back and for whatever reason they have a lot of him on O2 even though he wasn't here. I guess we were just so bad I didn't want to show the shit. But if you go on that Hulu website and you type in, like Cincinnati Bengals, find the video highlights and you can watch him. I think all the way through the time he's been here. They run like 20 to I don't know 24, 25, 26 minutes or something. But watch like '03 when he got here and like what he did to the locker room, like shit that you wouldn't have even seen on TV because it's unedited, like cussing and all that. But players always loved Marvin, and I mean, I still think that he could take us to a Super Bowl or something, but that's beside the point. Uh, anyway, I guess I'm gonna be done now. But yeah, just check out them videos. If this is long, I'm gonna probably edit it down a little bit. But again, it's not Carson Palmer's fault the way we're losing. There's a lot of things going into it. It starts from the front office, people. Mike Brown's losing money. He said he's not gonna hire a GM. So we'll see what he does for oh no, I thought of something else. Um People are like, get a new QB in here. Things that would help, of course we need a good backup. Well, if Palmer's hurt, I guess he needs to get fixed or whatever. Just let him go so we don't hurt himself. Because I know he's got a couple little twins or whatever. But you got to think also, and I don't know why we did this in the first place. I kind of thought it was cool when we first did it, but his brother Jordan is right now our backup quarterback, and he's been here since '08. And backup quarterback, part of their job is to help with game planning. So, and there are a couple of jokesters when they're around each other. So his little brother's helping him with game planning on top of what Brat already screws up. And hold on, I'm gonna go off for a second. Uh, Follow or check out. I'll put a link somewhere at Arturo20 on Twitter. He's one of Chad's friends, even though he's like a kid. Um, he said he looked at the game plan the other day, and supposedly the Bengals were lined up for a bunch of runs, which I forgot to pay attention to that today. But yeah, he's like, I got a feeling we're gonna lose because of the game plan I saw when I was over Chad's apartment. And I was like, whatever. But back to what I was saying, we need, and I think Houday Jr. might have said this, or I read it somewhere in the message boards, but we need, if we're going to keep Carson, which I want us to, he's my favorite player, has been since I was 12, 13 years old. Um, anyway, we need a backup that's going to push him to try and be a little bit better. Because second string, we got rid of O'Sullivan. I don't know if, I think a lot of Bengals fans still think we have him because they've been asking for them to put him in the game, even though he's fucking horrible. And it's like, okay, we got rid of him. We got Jordan number 2, and we got Dan Lefevre number 3. Dan Lefevre, he came out this past year in the draft. He was okay. He was a great college player, but he was the Tim Tebow of the MAC division. So he came from Central Michigan. I think the Bears drafted him and let him go, and we picked him up. He's kind of a decent Madden player. If we're talking about Madden. Anyway, yeah. Draft coming up. I don't want that kid out of Boise State. What is it, Kellen Moore? I don't want him. And I don't want, of course, obviously, I don't think they're going to throw somebody to the wolves because they didn't. Carson, his rookie year, he sat behind John Kitna. But well, it depends on if we get a coach. And the people talk about Jim Harbaugh from Stanford. Gruden said he's not going to Miami. So, and didn't he hire somebody the other day? Anyway, it depends on if we get a new coach, if we get a new coordinator. I want Zimmer to stay here. So we got Cam Newton, who won the Heisman last night, and then Andrew Luck. I'd rather have Andrew Luck. I think he should have won the Heisman because I didn't want to put up with the bullshit with Cam Newton and all that. And he's probably going to get his Heisman taken away and national championship and all that, just like Reggie Bush. But whatever. The thing about Cam Newton is he's pretty much, and I know he went to some Division II or whatever school in Texas and won like a national championship with them, and then transferred to Auburn and all that speculation. But anyway, where's he been the last couple years? He was at Florida sitting behind Tebow, not doing shit, and then he was at that other school. He is a one-year wonder. Remember the last time we drafted a one-year wonder at quarterback? It was Achilles Smith in '99. When the Saints offered us like their entire draft board because they wanted to get, what was it, Ricky Williams, and Mike Brown said no. Achilles Smith's our boy. How'd that turn out for us? What was it? 4 years later, we took Carson Palmer in the draft at number 1. So yeah, I don't want Cam Newton because fucking Brakowski probably ruined him too. He'd be running for his life behind that offensive line, maybe making plays, but I don't know. I don't want Newton. I'd rather have Andrew Luck. And Newton hasn't said if he's coming out for the draft yet. So he might stay because I think he's got one more year if he wanted to do it. He'll probably take the money. He'll probably come out. But then it depends on who picks in front of us if we want to trade up or down or whatever to get him. So I don't want Cam Newton. I think Houday Jr. really wants him. No, dude. I don't want Cam Newton. I'd rather have Luck because he's a better QB that would probably fit in our system. Actually, I'm going to talk about our offense one day in another video and like how it's set up because I've read about it and all that, and it makes total sense of why we're failures under Brakowski. But anyway, I think Andrew Luck, he redshirted 1 year, so he's only a sophomore now, and I think next year would be his 4th year and he'd be a junior. And he said, I think last night, he hasn't decided if he's going to come back. It depends on if Harbaugh or whatever the coach. I think it's the brother of the coach at Baltimore. Actually, I'm pretty sure. Anyway, it don't matter. Depends on if he leaves. I think if he stays, Luck might stay or whatever. So, okay, I think that's enough. If I think of something later, I'll write it down. But sorry, guys. Talk to you later. I'm still a Bengals fan. 2-11, 2-14, whatever we become. Carson Palmer, still my favorite player. Whatever. But, yeah, sorry for the long video and my rambling. See you guys later.